Let's start with the acting hypocrisy. Kevin says Meghan is crawling back to the D-list, as if returning to a profession she built with her own hustle before marrying Harry is somehow a failure.
Meghan Markle's sensation. The difficult Duchess is returning to acting in a major Hollywood movie and has bravely agreed to play the villain herself. She'll join small star cast Lily Collins, Brie Larson and Jack Quaid in Close Personal Friends, a film about two couples divided by fame. 8 years after she retired from showbiz to take on the real-life role of a royal wife, Ms. Markle is heading back to the wonderful world of entertainment. But never mind the mildly interesting announcement. It's the timing of the announcement that is really raising stories,
eyebrows.
do you think, dominated the front pages? Take a wild guess. Meanwhile, her ladyship's hapless husband, Harry, is no slouch when it comes to relentlessly fighting the publicity war either, seizing the moment to issue his Remembrance Day statement just when his hated brother was basking in the media limelight down in South America. Blame it on Rio, but suddenly there was the Ginger Duke unleashing news of his pretend royal visit to Toronto. He was off to Canada to remember the fallen with his fellow military...
Excuse me? Meghan was a working actress before the royal circus. She earned her way into the industry, paid her dues, and made her name without anyone's title attached to it. But the second she chooses to reclaim that independence, suddenly it's desperate. The same tabloids who said she needs to work for her own money are now mocking her for doing exactly that. You can't have it both ways. Meghan goes back to acting, and they call her fame-hungry. She stays private, and they call her lazy. Truth is, these folks aren't critiquing her career. They're just mad they can't control her narrative anymore. And this tired, sexist, upstaging storyline, please. Kevin claims Meghan strategically times announcements to steal attention from William. As if this woman sits in Montecito cross-checking palace PR calendars before she sends an email. Let's talk logic. How does Meghan, who hasn't worked in the royal machine for nearly 5 years, still get accused of controlling the entire UK media cycle? If she so much as breathes in California, it becomes Meghan overshadows the royals. Sounds more like the British press can't go a single day without her name in their headlines.
Fellow military veterans. Nothing wrong with that, of course. Commendable, in fact. But why did Harry put out his press release at exactly the same time William was the focus of global attention? Take a wild guess. But back to Meghan's movie, and it's the latest sign of her whirling dervish approach to what to do next. Acting is her first love, apparently. Shame she's not much cop at it. Her thespian efforts tend to be a tad on the wooden side. I give you Suits, the legal drama in which she was outperformed by the furniture. But still, she thrashes out in all directions in increasingly desperate attempts to see what sticks so far.
And that's not her fault. That's an addiction, a royal dependency. Then Kevin drags Harry for honouring veterans on Remembrance Week. The same Harry who actually served in war zones, unlike most of these loudmouth critics who've never seen a uniform outside of Halloween. The man visits Toronto to support mental health and fallen soldiers. But apparently that's a stunt? The audacity. When William goes to Brazil, he's a global statesman. When Harry does something meaningful, he's pretending to be royal. It's pure double standards wrapped in bitterness. And let's not even start on the recycled lie that Meghan made the Queen's final years hell. These commentators are literally regurgitating gossip columns from years ago, ignoring the facts. The Queen herself repeatedly invited Meghan and Harry back for family visits. She gave them her blessing to name their daughter Lilibet. Even palace insiders confirmed that directly to the couple. But now Kevin and his crew twist it into some stolen nickname scandal. The BBC already had to clarify that legal action wasn't pursued because the report was wrong. Yet here they are, parroting it again for ratings.
What sticks?
You want to
so
talk
far,
proof?
Not much. What a strange pair the Sussexes are, though. Meg thinks everyone wants 3 jars of jam for Christmas. Prince Harry thinks he's a working member of the royal family. And we all think, what planet are this ever more weird duo on? The answer, of course, is planet Sussex, where goodness knows anything goes. Yeah, her ladyship is still trying to flog you hideously overpriced mundane domestic products, and her harebrained husband still seems to believe nothing has changed since he swapped his important regal duties for an empty new life of nothingness on the faraway West Coast. As he fiercely fought the battle for newspaper column inches, Harry firmly denied that he was trying to overshadow his big brother.
You want to talk proof, Kevin? Here it is. Every time Harry and Meghan make a move, whether it's charity, film or family, your show gets a topic. That's not journalism. That's dependency. You've built an entire brand on hating a woman who simply refused to play your game. She didn't bow low enough for your tabloids, she didn't stay quiet enough for your comfort, and she didn't stay broken enough for your amusement. That's why she's difficult, because she didn't let the British press destroy her the way they tried to destroy Diana. So let's be clear, Meghan's crime isn't ambition or independence. Her only sin was refusing to be the palace's PR puppet. The same media that protects Prince Andrew with gentle language calls Meghan a schemer for daring to own her narrative. If she launches a brand, she's greedy. If she speaks out, she's manipulative. If she stays silent, she's irrelevant. The goalposts move every time because the hatred isn't about her choices. It's about her existence. And to all my squaddies out there, remember this. These so-called pundits have no sources, just recycled outrage. Meghan is out here creating, producing, acting and thriving. Meanwhile, Kevin and his co-hosts are sitting under fluorescent lights in a studio, shouting about a woman who hasn't mentioned them once. That's not power, that's obsession. So let Kevin O'Sullivan keep ranting, because every insult proves Meghan's influence. Every jab, every exclusive, every dramatic "what just happened," it all shows one thing. Meghan Markle stays rent-free in their heads. While they spiral on talk shows, she's out there working, loving and winning. And that's what really drives them mad.